Hello, it's Simone. It is here, a week after I placed my Hobonichi Techo 2022 order at the Hobonichi store. I received my package and I just got home from work and I pulled out my camera filmer thingy and I'm ready to show you what I got. This is the first year that I got the package just sealed with tape, not covered with anything else, and it looks rough. One of the sides is broken, and I mean, yes, the boxes are nice and I really like them to store things, but in order to reduce trash, I'm okay with them shipping it like this, but I think they should have put more tape right down here to secure the corners a bit more. But let's see if everything is here. I'll just flip to this side and open up the lid. There's always some kind of saying, and it's never really that like wooing or anything, so I'm just gonna gloss over it. If you want to read it, you can pause here. And then this is how it came packaged. There is this brown packing paper, and then we'll dive right in. The first thing I got is a new cover on cover. Yes, this is the clear cover. I did not purchase the beautiful floral printed on cover because I got a patterned weeks, and so I thought it wouldn't fit. I only purchased one planner, the Hobonichi weeks, and I'll show you when we get there which one it is. But I'll just get everything out of the box and then we'll look a bit closer. I got one of the buttons, I got 2 stamp sets, weekly supplement. This is the pen, this pen loop thingy. I got another pencil board, and here's the weeks. That is everything that I purchased. I know this is not a lot and it is a lot of shipping to get to me. I love shopping on release day or over the span of 3 days and saving my order and adding to it and then releasing the order. And so when I budget for the Hobonichi, I also budget in the shipping. And yes, it's horrendous, but it's included in my budget. And so I know that if I spent this much plus the shipping, then that is still okay. So this I'm most curious about, but I'll save these for last because then I'll pull out my notebook and I'll swatch those. And I'm just going to get into this first. So I have had the Tokyo Tower weeks, and then this year I had the Swallow weeks, and I was really liking the single colored, the blue and the sunshine yellow one, but I decided that I was going with a theme here. It's always the bow and tie covers that I had in the past 2 years, and so I decided I was going to get another one, and this one was the most appealing to me. The color as it appears on the screen is not as dark in real life. It's more of a grasshopper green, olivey more, and the tigers. Alrighty, I was interrupted by food making monsters in my house. So I went with the tiger weeks, and I told you before that the color is not, it's darker on screen than it actually is in real life. It is more, let me see. Haha, no, this is not helping at all. The tigers walk around. I really like that this one ended up sitting kind of on this 2022 that is gold embossed into the cover. There's another one right here. And then you have this parrot sitting on the tail of the tiger here, and then one more with it sitting on the head. So I have actually 3 different tiger parrot combinations on here, which is really cool. I love this one most of all, and I have to admit that I love the placement of this one because it's kind of like at the bottom of the page on the back side, the back of the tiger. Really like this. These 2 plastic sheets, I've seen these for the first time, or I just cannot remember that it was packaged like this last year as well. Maybe this is to not secure. You must excuse my not knowledge of English currently. I've been working for 8 hours today. I got up at 4:30 and I am completely, my brain is fried. So these 2 sheets were included. I think they're just for protection. There we are. And don't really think they're necessary, but they would definitely work for if you have a pocket ring planner or something like that as a dashboard. And I'm going to keep them and actually ask my friends who have small little teeny tiny planners if they need those. The thing that comes with it is this life book leaflet. I think it is included in each one of the planners that you receive. And so this is what this year's looks like. It is smaller than usual, if I'm not mistaken. And there's this really cute cat picture on the back, which I totally love because you know me, I have 3 cats at home. And I'm very funny, they haven't walked by here yet. They just checked out the closed box. With the Hobonichi weeks, you also get a free pen, and this is the pen that you receive, the Uni Jetstream in 0.5. And I love this pen. This is my favorite pen for everyday planning and writing. So I'm really excited every year when I get one. And I really love this color. It kind of contrasts with this planner, but I'm in love, so I always appreciate them sending this. And I didn't order any of the other TED shows, and I did not receive the second gift, which is a tiny spoon, I think, which I'm not mad about. I don't really need any more clutter in my house. Then I purchased, as I said, this cover on cover. It is a clear cover that goes around your planner that protects it, and you slide it in, and it has a pen loop, which is really awesome. The Hobonichi weeks comes with this self-adhesive pocket that you could stick down here, especially if you don't use a cover. This works really well as a back pocket. So let me put this in here because that is how I am going to keep it. All right, here we go. Then you can take this one out. I have seen many people also, let me show you what I'm going to start talking about in a second. All right. I have seen some people take this and put it around here and then adhere a Velcro dot on the front, on the back of this loop, and then they can actually close it with this. And I really like that idea. That is super cool. I don't personally use it, but that's an idea if you're in the market and if you're just getting a cover for a closure that is actually included in your Hobonichi. So this is what I am going to use for my gratitude journal in 2022. Then I got these things. So I really like those buttons, and I got this motivated by Mitz from My Life Mitz. She always has these beautiful charms on her notebooks. And then I realized I'm actually only using one notebook with an elastic. Or actually, I'm using two. I'm a liar. And this is a brass button with a cat in front of a mirror. And as I said before, I'm a cat lady through and through now. And so I thought this would be awesome to have and put it onto one of my notebooks. I'm not sure which one I'm going to put it on because I think it's really big. And let me grab. My current planner, I don't know if that would be, well, no, it doesn't look that bad. I will have to think about this a bit more. But that is the idea. This leather is very soft and smooth, and I'm not sure that I would want the back of this button to indent into this leather. I don't really mind with other notebooks, but with this one, kind of. Oh, here. See, I think I'm just going to put this on here. Let's do this. Wow. This is what it looks like, and then I'll just tie the knot a bit tighter so it doesn't come loose. It's quite heavy, so you definitely need to keep that in mind. And then you also need to make sure that you're not putting it on upside down. And I think it does it matter? I think if you come from the, yep. If I loop it down in there from the top, then, okay. So this is what this button looks on my elastic of my traveler's notebook. I had a button on here before, and so I know that it is not sitting as, you know, flush as something like this without a loop. One of those. So that's what you probably have to keep in mind for sure. Sorry, so there was another interruption, but let's move on to, and there's a cat walking across the brown card paper, brown bag paper, packaging paper that came in the Hobonichi order. I'll just put it right here. Maybe you can see her come back. I also got this Hobonichi supplement in a little bit smaller than A6. It fits into the A6 Hobonichi, and so it is a tiny bit smaller to be able to put it inside to an A6 book, but it's not pocket size. However, I have been using this all of this past year in my pocket planner as my weekly vertical planner. I don't plan in this per se. I visualize and time block, see when I work, when I don't work, where the time is that I need or don't have. I know that this day seems to be quite busy. You know, stuff like that. I love, or I need to, when I sit down at the beginning of the week on Sundays or sometimes even earlier, and just use my mindliners to block the my work days, and when I'm driving my kids somewhere. It just helps me to internalize and visualize what I already know on my Google Calendar. I have or plan on there. I use my phone and take that with me when I make appointments and such. But those appointments are on my computer, and they only move into my brain when I do this. That's what I use this weekly supplement for. And so I went ahead and got another one for 2022, because so far I do not have any plans on changing the way I plan right now. It totally works. I stumbled a bit in June for like 2 weeks, but now that I'm using it again, it works really well. And so this is about $8. And so having this and having the possibility to use the same things as this year is definitely worth the purchase for me. And then I got an Elmo pencil board, and this was a complete and total mishap. I purchased B6 planners for my sons. And for some reason, when I ordered this pencil board, I was under the impression that they were A6. And so I thought, well, I'll have one for each of them. I have 2 A6 pencil boards already at home. Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this one. But this is definitely my favorite pencil board of all of them for now. And then I also, I have been eyeing these pen closures thingies for a while, but they're not like scent items. I think they're almost the same amount as a Hobonichi Weeks. And so I've been hesitant to get one, but this year I have used a Nolte Efficiency as my making diaries, which basically is just writing down what I do every day to fill my cup, the creative things, the things that I enjoy. It really, it's just a fun creative outlet. Well, if you call this creative, then it's a creative outlet. But what it does, it helps me see that I am not going without being creative one day. So sometimes, you think, I haven't done anything for myself. I haven't done anything creative in ages. But when you think about it, and when you think back at the end of each day, oh, well, I sent a happy mail and I really enjoyed making that. Oh, I read 5 chapters in a book. I sat down and knit while I was watching TV, and all these things I write down, decorate a little bit, and I really, really enjoy them. And this is, by the way, Judith, and she just stole the packaging for this one. I'll let her have it for now because this is now hers, and she's like, that's hers. So this is basically just an elastic with leather. It forms 2 pen loops, and then you have this closure here and 2 holes so that you can close them. It adjusts to the thickness of the notebook, and my hope was that since these are the same width, that I would be able to use this as a closure for this notebook. And maybe I'm weird, maybe I'm not. I don't know about you. If you have the same weirdness, let me know in the comments below. Every planner that I use, I have a different pen that I put in there. And so I love to keep the pens with the planner, which in this case, well, is this way? I feel like this should actually be on this way. Yeah, this is better. So in my Hobonichi weeks, I am using the Muji 0.5. In the efficiency, I am using the Uniball Signo in 0.38. Yeah. See, so I'm hoping, I actually usually put it right in here, but as you can see, clearly see, it is not. And so I thought this band would be really cool to keep this pen that I use in the Nolte efficiency in. And I have to say that I like this. I do not have plans to purchase a cover for this, so that having this pen loop around here is pretty cool. All right, what else did I get? I kept the most exciting pieces for last. And I should have pulled up the website because now I can see that I know there is a designer that designed these, and I will put it in the caption somewhere on the screen here. Unfortunately, I cannot read Japanese, and so I don't know who this is. There is also two cover designs. Is there a weeks as well? Maybe even three for A6 and A5, and then maybe for a weeks with this designer. I did not opt to get any of the covers because I am planning on purchasing a leather cover for my A5 notebooks, and that is a big splurge, so I decided I'll just save the money and put it towards the leather cover. But I wanted to get the designs and stamps. So currently I am housing my A5 items in one of the Hobonichi covers. I don't enjoy the pen loops, so I usually cut them out. But I do love having a closure, and so I'm just taking some colorful elastic. This is from my sewing stash. Tie a knot, like really super easy, super cheap. Everyone can do this, and I actually like how it looks, and it works perfect. So that is, I house my journals in here. So here's my writing journal, and here's my creative journal. And you're just watching. I am going to maybe put them on this side here. And I'm also just going to use the ink pads that are included just to see how they are, what they look like. And one is inside, so this one looks like the inside. They're not super, like, these look pretty cheap. This is not wooden stamps, these are plastic blocks, which I'm okay with. This is flimsy plastic, but it totally works, and I think I'm just gonna keep it like that for now. So I'll just unwrap this one as well. But what I'm going to do is stamp these inks onto a Tomoe River paper just so that we can see what they look like. The ink pads are sealed with some glue dots over here, and it's going to take forever and ever already. I am not going to clean my stamps right now. I will totally after I'm done filming this video. Wow, these inks are juicy. I'm afraid I'm really... Let me just see if I can find a paper. So I can stamp off the excess ink and see what it looks like, if it's splotchy. Nope, it actually works. Alrighty. But this is juicy, and I already got it somewhere because there is totally as you can see, there is some ink right there. So I am going to put them upside down and wow. So that I can, after I'm done with this, I can clean them. So I did spend over $100 because these stamps are about 20, so 20, 40, and then the weeks is 22-ish, plus the belly band is another 20, so 2, 4, 6, 8, and then all the small stuff here, the cover on cover, pencil board, yeah, so that it's still, plus shipping makes it's really, you can, it adds up really fast. This one is reading. Wow, this is neon orange for sure. This one is, what is this? A glass, a water glass, I think, or a coffee glass. And then this is Child in a Box. They stamp really nicely. So these are very intricate designs, but they do stamp very nicely. This is paper plane maybe. And then this is a coffee or a teapot or a milk pot. Ah, wrong color. Now everything is messed up. Oh no. Well, I'll just continue, and I probably will, once this is dry, just stamp over it with blue, because you know, there has to be some kind of order for sure. This is a baby. Then this is a finger puppet. Then this is probably getting dressed. I hope you can actually see this. I do not have a clue how this comes out. I will hold up the whole journal when I'm done with this first set, and then we'll move on to the next one. Wow. Look how juicy this is. Let me see what happens when I stamp it off. I guess it's really precise, and so the grooves, there's still a lot of ink on there, but since I'm not, I wonder if you know what kind of ink they are. Are they just repackaged different other inks? I have never used the Soramame inks, but these remind me of seeing other people using them, so I'm wondering. It's a girl with a head and pigtails, and then here is a cookie eating boy. Yes, I like this. I will clean these later on. I have a stamp chamois from Lawn Fawn, and here you go. I thought those would be cute, and I am planning on documenting 2022 a tad bit differently, so maybe I will be able to use them. I hope I will, because man, these are cute, just cute. Where's the lid for this one then? Oh, right here. Okay. I'm just gonna put this here and then turn the page, and now let's work on these. The green is probably similarly neon as the orange. Let's see. So you don't have to use the inks with the stamps, but since they came with them, it's definitely worth checking the ink pads out because why not, right? All right, so let's start. This is outside. This is a tricycle. Wow, this is very green, but it's also not very visible because it is so light. Then this is a girl with a backpack. Then we have leaves, a fall leaf. Then here is a running person, running boy, a running child. Then we have the boy with the swim accessory thing. In Germany, we just call them swim ring, floaty. What do you call them here? Then here is a child or a person, a boy. Wow. There we go. A boy in a tree. So I guess now after I'm watching myself struggling with the stamp, I guess the others that I showed you weren't visible. Here is a child on a scooter. I'm very open when it comes to representation of gender, meaning if a stamp depicts a girl and one of my children, even when they were younger, that's just in general, and I'm a girl, so it would totally fit me. But like if there is a guy climbing and I'm climbing, then I have no problem using this guy to represent the activity. I know there's people who are very particular about these things. I certainly am not. And I also think it is very healthy to not be that particular about these things. All right, what did I talk about? This is hula hoop. This, I actually don't really know. What do you think this is? Is this a mushroom and a flower? Let me know in the comments. And then here is a girl, a person with a dress and a headscarf and some kind of flower root growing thing, sprout maybe. This is a fish. This is Grandpa and little Johnny sitting on a bench talking about life and stuff. And then here, okay, so you don't want to know what I'm just thinking in my head. Doesn't this look like this guy is actually doing something else? And the twig just could be something else? I don't know. Not what you think. You know, people need to relieve themselves. They need to go pee for sure. And then this is little Karate Kid, I think. All right, I will show you the stamped images up close. They're really cute. I love using the word really. I don't think the green is very suitable for the intricate details of these stamps. It's really hard to actually identify them stamped, but the pink definitely works. And then here, both colors really work well with showing all of the details that you can see in these images. I hope I will be able to use them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you received in your Hobonichi haul. Did you actually order, or did the shipping keep you away from it? As you can see, I am not going to use, or I'm not planning to use, a Hobonichi cousin next year. and I will update you soon-ish on what exactly I plan on using, because to be honest, at this point, I don't know yet, and I'm also happy that I don't know just yet, because that keeps the excitement with choosing a planner and choosing a journal for the next year. It keeps it up, and I'm not already moving on from what I have picked before I'm even starting to use it, because that's what happened last year. I don't know if you remember. So let me know what you got, what your planner plans are, and anything else for your really. I think I need to stop now. Goodbye.